Hey guys, thank you so much for your purchase of a Pixel Perfection mockup bundle. This is going to be the how-to video for our flat lay mockups. What is a flat lay mockup? Flat lays are essentially product photography that allow you to showcase your products using the background, so you guys save time and money, so you don't have to purchase all the items, have a studio, lighting, camera to do the shoots. You can just add your product, add some lighting and shadows, and it's a real quick, easy way to do professional shoots for your products. So here you see one of our flat lay mockups. This is the Cozy Rustic bundle, and this is going to be a handful of different mockups all geared towards cozy rustic photo shoots. So guys, when you go ahead and get this, you will purchase this and you'll get a PDF that's going to have a couple different things in it. You'll get this to your email, or you can go right to your Etsy purchases and you will have a download for this. This is going to be a link to the video that you're on in our YouTube channel. YouTube channel is going to have a lot of other great videos on using some of the other mockups, as well as some tips and tricks to help you grow your Etsy shop. Here is going to be a list of some different tools and resources that we use every day for our Etsy shop, and this is anything from keyword research, where we get our designs, a lot of good resources in there if you guys want to check that out. And then finally, here is going to be the Dropbox link to all the files you guys just purchased. When you download this, you're going to get a link and it's going to take you to the Dropbox, which is going to look like this. You'll see all the different files that you guys just got. All you need to do is download them to your computer. Super easy. You can either click all the ones that you want, come over here and click download, or you can go into them individually and download them one by one, whatever you guys want. So once you go ahead, get these downloaded, save them to your desktop, your file, wherever you want them, and then I will show you guys how to do some editing in Canva for these. So all you'll need to do is you come to Canva. Canva is a great design tool. It's super user friendly, even if you don't have any design experience. But I'm going to take you guys step by step how to use these. So don't worry if you don't have any experience, if you've never done this before. First thing you're going to do is come over here to create a design, and then come down here to custom size. All the mockups we currently sell are 3000 by 2000 pixels, so that's what we want our template to be. So we'll do 3000 by 2000 and then click create new design. And then it's going to bring us up to this page, and then we're going to come over here and go to uploads. Now guys, you can see we already have a couple of the mockups that we downloaded already in here, as well as some of the products that we're going to be adding. So we can start off with this one right here. All you got to do, guys, just click here, upload files, and then find the files that you just downloaded from Dropbox, and then you're going to upload them right here into Canva. Once you have them in Canva, all you do is just drag and drop. Just click it, drag it over, and you'll see it automatically fills up the page. You can just let it go, and now we have our flat lay on the screen. And so for this one, we're going to do the sunglasses. Same thing, guys. You're just going to click it and drag it over, and now you'll see our sunglasses here. So first thing you want to do is you want to look at some of the items within the flat lay. A leaf, we got a blanket and some feathers, and then you want to make sure that you're sizing your product the right size so it looks realistic, right? We have some slabs of wood here, so we obviously don't want these glasses to be gigantic, kind of compared to like the leaf or the wood, because it's not going to look realistic. So depending what mockup you're using and what product you're selling, you're going to want to size this appropriately so it looks realistic. So we're going to kind of take this down here, and I think that looks good there. I think it looks realistic. And I also think it just fits well on the screen. And then I want to add a little bit of an angle, and I think that looks good. And now what arguably the most important part is adding some shadow, because this looks good, but it doesn't quite look realistic. And I know you guys, when you're shopping online, every now and then you can see an image and it just looks kind of off. Maybe you can't point out what looks weird about it. Usually when you see that, it's because there's something that your brain is saying that's not quite right. This one, I don't think it looks bad, but there's no shadow, and immediately that's going to trigger something in my brain. So adding shadow to these is going to be what makes them the most realistic. So all you're going to do is you're going to double click your product, and it's going to bring up this page right here. All you're going to do is come over here to effects, click that, and then there's a bunch of different effects we can use. We're going to come down here to shadow. A handful of different shadow options depending what you're doing. The one that I find that works the best is using your drop shadow. So we're going to click that, and you'll see it shrinks the glasses to add the shadow around them so it still fits in the box. We can resize these afterwards, but for now, let's get the shadow realistic. To make the shadow realistic, what you want to do is mimic the lighting on the page for the rest of the items, right? So we can see here the shadow for the blanket, the shadow for the leaf, and then some very light shadow for the feathers. All that shadow is going to be down and to the right, similar to this one. Now, if the lighting was different for this particular flat lay, we would want to mimic that. If it was going up or off to the left, we'd want to mock that, because essentially what you want to do is match the lighting in the photo shoot. And then, so I don't hate this, but the way you're going to move that shadows around is you're going to hit angle, right? And it's going to move the glasses kind of around that shadow. So I actually want it to be right there. I think that looks good. And now this is it's not a hard shadow. There's a little bit of tapering out. And so you're going to want to match that too. And so for that, we're going to go with intensity, right? Intensity is a slider. And you're going to see it get really dark and really light. And again, we just want to match that to the other objects in this screen. So I think that looks pretty good. And then as far as distance goes, the distance isn't necessarily about matching the other items. The distance has to do more with the height of the product you're selling. So if you think about these glasses, they might sit a 1/4 inch or maybe 3/4 of an inch or something, depending on the glasses, off the table, right? If it's a really tall item, that shadow is going to go out much further. If it's a really short item, that shadow is not going to go very far at all. So for these, you can actually change the distance kind of depending on what the item is. I think probably right there is realistic for the shadow that would be coming off of these glasses. So I'm going to click here. I think that looks good. Now I want to make these a little bit bigger because we originally shrunk them. And I'll just kind of get them nice and centered in the page. And guys, I think that looks great. I think it looks realistic. And I think this, when you see this, it looks natural and it doesn't look like it's been photoshopped. So I'll show you guys another example. We can go ahead and get these deleted. This is a birthday one that we're doing, so we'll slide over one of the birthday flat lays that we have, and then we're going to do this one to sell an envelope or like a birthday invitation or something of that nature, right? So same rules apply. How does our lighting look on this? We see it's very light and very tapered from this balloon, and then there's not a lot of lighting going on here, but it is kind of around these cupcakes, right? So it looks like the lighting on this shot is coming from above and it's sort of around all the objects. So it's not harsh lighting coming from one angle or another. And then also, let's pay attention to the cupcakes, right? So cupcakes in relation to the size of this envelope, we're gonna wanna make it pretty big. I think that looks pretty natural. And then just so it fits nicer on the page, I'm gonna add a little bit of an angle. And then we're going to tuck it right there. I think that looks good. Now, same thing, guys. We're going to double click it, come over here to effects, slide down here to shadows. Going to go to a drop shadow. All right, so now, just like we talked about the glasses, having that shadow be tucked in because it's not a very tall product, but that's obviously going to be even more so important for this letter because the letter is millimeters, right? So first thing we want to do is let's make it a light, soft, gentle shadow, right? This is very harsh compared to the rest of the lighting. So we're going to come down here. We're going to turn that intensity way down. I think that looks good. And then also the distance we're going to do is we're going to make it way short because again, it's just coming off of a letter, right? So it's not like there's a lot of lighting, that there's not a lot of shadow this letter is going to cast. So I think that looks good. And then I do want to kind of take away, right now it's angled here. So we're going to kind of do it just like that. Slide it over a little bit. Maybe turn the intensity up just a tad. And then click out. And guys, I think that looks good right there. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Fantastic, guys. That's how you use the flat lay mock-ups. We have a bunch of different varieties of these, from seasonal to specific events and themes like boho, rustic, dark wood. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you want to see any specific types of flat lays, again, let us know in the comments. We're always happy to take requests and come up with new photo shoots for you guys. And then if you like this and it helped you out, go ahead and throw us a thumbs up, subscribe to our page, and we hope that you see you guys for the next one. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.